Hello and welcome to MDN, Multidimensional News. I'm Tiberius Kimball, here to provide you on all the news you may have missed last week in an easy, digestible format. Our big story today involves reports of a new X-Men team on the scene after the presumed death of the X-Men affiliated with the Xavier Institute. Some are claiming this team includes Hope Summers and Sean Cassidy, aka Banshee. At MDN, we're about the facts. While we'd prefer the world to have no pro-mutant terrorist groups, we want you, the viewer, to know what you're facing if you're ever in an unwelcome scenario. No, this team with Hope and Banshee is the Mutant Liberation Front. There are rumors of a new X-Men team that was formed after the breakout from the Office of National Emergency 2 weeks ago. This team includes Cyclops, Wolverine, Havoc, Magic, Multiple Man, Karma, and Mirage. The last two appear to be suffering from the same techno-organic virus that has infected terrorist Cable. Even worse, it's been reported that Dark Beast, an alternate version of Dr. Hank McCoy, is now working with the X-Men and creating robotic models of Multiple Man. He appears to have been spliced with armored spider legs and given Dr. Octopus-type appendages. This is a good reminder to go to your local pharmacy and get your mandatory anti-mutant vaccine today. Another update from the alternate mutant-dominated dimension, which appears to be ruled by Nate Summers, aka X-Man. Thusly, we at MDM are giving this dimension the title of Age of X-Man. We have received security footage from inside the Danger Room prison complex. It appears that criminals identified by Department X for disturbing the status quo too many times are sent away to this facility from their reality. They are removed. The newest inmate is a version of Bishop, who was locked away for pursuing romantic relationships one too many times. Upon observation of these tapes, it looks as though Bishop is struggling to forget his old life. He's also struggling against prison boss Beast and his ward Honey Badger, the young clone of X-23. Polaris was also spotted, but she appears disturbed. Back home in our dimension, there was an anti-mutant protest outside of Worthington Industries headquarters. The protest evolved into a violent riot after an attack by former X-Man Soraya Kadir, also known as Dust. Thankfully, the champions arrived on the scene to calm the chaos. Our respect goes out to this team of non-mutants. Champions' teammate Spider-Man, or Second Spider as he's known in the foreign press, was spotted in Dubai paying respects to those that died in the recent attack against Zax. Not even a deal with Mephisto can mend a guilty heart. Lastly, an alien being appeared to have crashed into the Champions aircraft piloted by Sam Alexander, who used to be the universe's youngest Nova pilot. We'll keep you updated as we learn more. A quick update on our story about Thanos' former Black Order assisting rebels in the Cenarian Empire. The insidious Team of 5 have proven victorious. The Ebony Maw betrayed the Black Order to get close to Emperor Adakan, and thusly betrayed him in quick succession. The Black Order was able to use the Bow of Gabriel to turn the whole planet into hideous, mindless monsters, while also freeing Nova, Richard Rider, from his mind-controlled state. The bow was taken from them by the Grand Master. Cenarian space is free, thanks oddly enough to one of the most destructive teams in the universe. There was an explosion from an alien object that crash landed in Antarctica this past week. Some are wondering if this has any connection with a fight that occurred in Buenos Aires at a cemetery around the same time. The connection? The fight was against a scientist with what appears to be the powers of a celestial, which has the same energy readings as the object that crashed in the Arctic. Fighting the celestial? Violent mutant Nina Thurman, aka Domino. Along with Domino was Black Widow, South Korean super spy White Fox, Texan bounty hunter Outlaw, former supervillain Rachel Layton, aka Diamondback, and exiled Wakandan royalty Atlas Bear. The only light left in our world may go out soon, as the librarian in charge of Omnipotent City has been held hostage by Greek goddess of the night Nyx. Hercules had tried to stop her, but was brainwashed into fighting his fellow Avengers. Meanwhile, people are still reporting nightmares of operating catapults to attack mystical villain Nightmare's castle. We believe this is being done by Greek god of dreams, Hypnos. The vampire civil war continues in full swing, but the Avengers have made some progress. Innocent vampire children in Madripoor were saved when the Avengers engaged Ghost Rider, the Shadow Colonel, and his Legion of the Unliving in battle. It seemed this powerful version of Ghost Rider would continue to overpower our mightiest Avengers, including Thor and Captain Marvel. Blade was key in the battle as he was able to remove the Shadow Colonel's hold over the Ghost Rider. Unfortunately, with Blade assisting with the Ghost Rider issue, the Legion of the Unliving was able to escape the scene without a trace. The Winter Guard, Russia's superhero team, was able to quell the riots at the prison containing Dracula. Unfortunately, hours after, the prisoners, the most dangerous murderers in all of Russia, had been transformed into vampires. Iron Man was spotted flying back to the scene. Prior to this vampire business in Russia, Tony Stark eulogized at the funeral for General Thaddeus Ross. In the crowd was his daughter, Betty Ross Banner, and lead of the Gamma Research Facility, Gamma Base, Reggie Fortune. Fortune had some choice words about trusting people like Bruce Banner, who caused General Ross much grief throughout his decorated life. Another Hulk sighting was reported near Betty Ross Banner's home. We've been hearing this Hulk called the Devil Hulk. He's stronger and smarter than previous Hulks, and only ever appears at night. We've been told that Doc Samson is trying to get in contact with this Hulk to find a way to reduce the upswing in recent Hulk incidents. While Tony Stark is busy avenging and eulogizing his company, Stark Unlimited is hard at work on Project Blossom. This project is developing a technology that will alert security officials whenever Skrulls are on Earth. Until this project reaches completion, we don't want to stir a panic as the Skrulls have not been detected on Earth for a number of years. Not since we routed them out during the secret invasion over a decade ago. So please, continue to trust your neighbors. Borrow some sugar, invite them over for dinner. Chances are, they're not Skrulls. Now it's time for your New York City update. The Merc with a Mouth, Deadpool, has been seen visibly confused and killing ninjas and other criminals around the city. These crime scenes have been notable for the word "Good Night" written large across the scene in blood. Deadpool was later seen fighting a muscular costume man with stars on his outfit. The man, presumably the Good Night, has broken every bone in Deadpool's body and dragged him down to some unknown alley. Will we see the red suit mutant mercenary again? Only time will tell. Finally, it appears that the Black Cat is one of the many missing animal-themed supervillains that we've been reporting on lately. She was last seen exiting one of Hammerhead's establishments. Hammerhead, the crime boss, has been gaining considerable criminal holdings with the disappearance of these other villains. Black Cat is infamous for being an anti-hero of sorts, and had years ago been romantically involved with Spider-Man. That's all the news you may have missed this week. For MDN, I'm Tiberius Kimball, where information is power, and it's our responsibility to share it with you. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in again. I got a chance to see Captain Marvel this last weekend. That was really awesome. It was a really solid origin story. I don't know if I put it up there in like my top favorite Marvel movies, but it's just a really cool experience, and I hope you get a chance to go out and see it despite some of the negativity that's been going on around the internet. It's worth a time for fans of the movies, of Captain Marvel, or her comics. So, thanks for tuning in. Happy, as always, to see so many people viewing these videos. Thanks. Bye.